Okay, this is the first installment of Weekly Rewind. I messed that up and I decided to do this video again and I just almost messed it up again. Weekly Rewind. Say that 10 times. I think this is a genius idea. Excuse me while I dislocate my shoulder, patting myself on the back over here, but it gives me a chance to go back and look at what I did the previous week and update my thoughts to you, like in a video instead of in a single comment where a lot of people might miss it. And a comment that I might have missed of yours that was already done could be done again. Sorry, but you could do it again in this video and I could maybe address it because I missed it prior. Genius, absolutely genius. It's like a way to slow down. What have we done? Where are we going? Kind of stuff. Here is the review area. It's been extended over to my left because the amp DACs are going to be sitting over here. Run cable, RCA or optical or whatever will run under. That is the All Eyes on Me framed in like a steel and glass. That is legit. I thought that this was something like I'm just going to put this above the monitor, and then I thought the lights up here, the track lighting is going to reflect off and look weird. And also if the earthquake, there's earthquakes all the time in Japan, if that thing ever fell down, that's going to obviously smash. It could take out the 55-inch monitor. So I'm thinking, whoa, that's very heavy. So hold up a second. I got, I think, a Bob Marley or Jimi Hendrix badass looking tapestry coming, a Led Zeppelin tour poster. I think it's a 77 North American tour reprint. Also Pink Floyd tour poster, and a couple other things that are going to, and also albums. Got Bob Marley and some other ones here with holders that are hidden. When you look at it, it looks like the album is a few inches off of the wall just floating. It looks really, really cool. But then again, I'm looking up, so we'll see how that works out. But this is a work in progress, and it's progressing quite well, if I do say so myself. Those two sticks are gonna, someone's gonna notice, so I'll say it anyway. That's 32 gigs. It's gonna be 64 soon, just because I want to see 4 RGB bars, and 64 gigs. Totally don't need it. Get it anyway. Tomorrow's review is going to be the M400. It is quite nice. It is really, really nice, actually. And let me draw your attention to this set of IMs right here, because this is a set that I was comparing with the Empire Years Legend X, which I have bought 3 times. I told you the story. One time was shady, so I got rid of it at the same price I purchased it. I bought it again. I traded it with somebody for the a set of a Noli VX, and then I got rid of that. And then I bought the gold one, special Japanese edition, because as the Japanese say, yapari. I need the Legend X in my life, so I got it. And I got the Anole VX also as well, because I got another one. And AB'd between this and the Anole, and I thought this was clearly better than the Anole. And then the Legend X, which has got the dual dynamic drivers, and thought, how does a set that was totally an afterthought, doesn't even have a name, it's got 14 balanced armatures in it, it's got 4 bores in the stem, the build quality looks outstanding, it's got 2 dip switches, it sounds absolutely stunning. How does this like get through the stage of, by the way, I'm sending you something, please let me, like, wasn't even brought up. Wasn't even brought up, and this is going to be the thing. This is why I was waiting. This is not why. I was waiting to do my overall top 5, because I thought that there's something coming in that is going to legitimately got a really good shot of being on that list. So I decided to wait. No rush, you know, quality over quantity or speed or whatever, how that applies. No rush. And as it turns out, that set I expected to probably make it on the top 5 is probably going to make it. And this is not what I was waiting for, and it's going to be number 1. What a trip. It's absolutely spectacular. So there's going to be a lot about this coming up in the future. This is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was listening to Hey 19 before I guess this is like kind of stopped. I don't have this thing set up, so it just keeps rolling. And Wow, wow, wow. Quality control is the key for this to be like a legend. But no pun intended, like about the Empire years, but to be legendary, you've got to be good consistently and not have some crazy unit variance between what I got and what other people get. If what other people get is the same as what I've got, there's going to be a bunch of happy people out there, because you're going to be paying half the price of what you pay for an Anole and getting what I think is superior sound. And I love the Anole. Doesn't change anything. Just, this blows my brains. So let me go to the week and rewind. This is my page. Some people say, "Can you show me your face?" I'm in my own trailer. Who does that? I guess people do, but I'm hamming it up. There I am. This is 1 week ago, so let's start there. Shozy 1.1 revisited. When I first got the Shozy, I thought it was good, and I graphed it, and it had this slightly unique treble peak, and I thought this is going to be, you know, not some people's cup of tea. I don't drink tea. Whatever. And not wanting to step in a hole, I said that they're good because I thought that they were good, but not get too excited because I didn't know how that would work out. It turns out several people got it and liked it, and but not, you know, hugely popular. And I listened to it again without the, you know, expectation of people waiting for my opinion, and I thought these are really, really nice. These are really nice. The bass and the mids are so relaxing, and they remind me a lot of the Sony N3A Ps. That's what they're called in Japan anyway, and they got kind of a warmish, darkish playback. There's not a lot of fatigue. There's none really. And it's got beryllium, but I actually had forgotten about that. I just thought this is a really smooth a la Sony, which goes for I think $299, and these go for I think $80. So if you've heard about the N3AP, and nobody came in here to this video's time 1 week and said, "I got the N3APs, these sound nothing like it." Nobody said that, because if they listen to both of them, I've got them both, you've seen it on the channel, they're of the similar branch of the IM tree. They sound related, and that means that you're getting something that has stood the test of time, been reviewed well, has a lot of love, and this sounds a lot like that for $80. It's on my top 5 now. I'm so happy that I went back and did this again, and this is part of why I'm doing the A versus B Friday night fights, because I'm going to see again an item that I've already given opinion on and then compare it with another thing, and the Dunu comparison really shook me back into the value of the A and B. Forget about what is A and what is B, just A and B to find the thing that is lacking one or the other, because everything has its flaws. Everything is stepping wrong somewhere. There's no perfect thing out there. I think our brains won't allow us to even conceive of that when it comes to this hobby. But when I do the Friday fights, I'm going to revisit things and maybe slightly alter my opinion, because I'm going to think of this item A as something, and then when I listen to B, I might, wow, I thought this was smooth. This is actually what smooth is. This was smooth, but this is smooth. So it's good for me too. So the Friday night fights, I think, will be probably the most popular. And the Shozy 1.1 is, by the way, if you go into my videos, the latest one was the Kinera Nann, and if you go into that one, there's a little indicator up on the top right, and that's actually a poll. You can select one or the other, and that is the first Friday night fights is going to be either the Shozy 1.1 battling the Spring, BQUIZ Spring 1, because I love that too, and I believe they're both 1-on-1 dynamic driver and balanced armature. I might be wrong, but I think they are. So I thought that's a natural comparison. And then the other option for you is the FIO FH7 versus the Dunu 3001 Pro. So if you go to the video that I did yesterday, there's a drop down poll, and I'm going to use that as the guide for which one I decide to do. The Dunu 3001 Pro, this is when I did the music, and I was doing the review of it by itself. I listened to a couple other things, but I wasn't like A-ing and being with it clearly, like as a basic part of it. I just was, you know, listening and doing a review of the 3001 Pro, and I thought it sounded really good. Thought it sounded somewhat polite, needed some elevation in the bass, but it can go up to bass head, and it can be one of those sets like the EX800 ST by Sony that can be audiophile or bass head, legitimately either one. It can be a legitimate audiophile set, it can be a legit bass head set. That's really hard to do because a lot of stuff can't take the input at 55 Hertz or in the bass where you want to before it starts to just become low quality, lo-fi sound. The Dunu 3001 can do both, so I wreck it. I think it's really good. The next was the Sony WF-1000 XM3. I'm thinking it's going to be a point of reference. I don't know yet though. I'm going to Wednesdays is going to be Wi-Fi Wednesday, and I'm going to start to go through the Wi-Fis. They'll be releasing them every day all around. The people are making recommendations. So round 1, I've already did a video of what's going to be included in that. Round 2, I'm already taking names and we'll include that. And people could do channels just with wireless stuff. There's so much of it out there, but I like wired personally, but I do trains. That bothers some people because they don't train, I think. I'm not sure, but you know, what set works for, you know, medium high impact activity? I think it's going to be the Beats because the ear hooks, but I gotta check it out. So the Sony was kind of the first check. That was just an unbox. The next video was the Chi-Fi mid-tier top 10 version 0.01 or version 1 depending on what I typed. First version. Doing this video I discovered that, you know, 100 to I think it was $500 is just too huge. So I'm gonna break it into, I think, 100 to 250 and then 250 to 500, something like that. So this mid-tier is going to be broken into 2 brackets. Mid-tier, not mid-fi, mid-tier. These are really good earphones inside that box, and there's others that are waiting to join them, but there's some that are, you know, around $100, $130, and then there's others that are, you know, $350, $450, and they're gonna go into separate cases, so I gotta get some cases. So that is a work in progress. The Dunu DK 2001 was totally blown away by I think first impressions are huge because this is why these are so stunning to me. I listened to them with no expectation. Nobody said anything to me. There's not like these are supposed to be really good and please give us a really waiting to hear what you think about this or nothing. It was like a throw-in. It didn't come in a box. It came in the jar thing. That was nothing. There was nothing. It's a superstar, for God's sakes. And did they listen to it and send? I don't know. I get confused sometimes. But the no expectation bias or lack of opened the mind to receive the awesomeness of this set. Oh my God, those are fucking wow. So the Dunu DK 2001, my last was the 3001. I thought that was really good, but the bass was kind of tame. This came out and I thought the bass was brilliant. This was something that was similar because it's got Brillium to the Shozy 1.1. Just love the way that bass is played off of the coded driver. Just love it. Absolutely love it. It's a V-tune set, but because of the quality of the engineering, the metal shell, the beryllium taking care of the lows. I'm not sure how they're got the BAs squared out, but it doesn't seem to bother the mid info. Like when I listen to it, it sounds fine. So I thought this was great. And if you monitor for bass and are not like thinking about other stuff, this will take the 4 bass strings really, really well, clearly. And so I think if you're doing like bass or you're doing drums and you want a monitor that should fit well, if you like had foamies or something, these would do good. I think the Shozys would do that really well too, but the 2001s are, that would work. And if you think, oh, it's too colored to be monitored, depends on what you're monitoring, man. Are you monitoring the group, you related and with the group, yourself only? These would do that really well, because the timbre, I hate to say that, but it sounds really good. It sounds really, really good. The YuLvMei, that's what I'm gonna call it. The YuLvMei M400 DAC amp, which is tomorrow's review. Sounds fantastic. I'm using it with a Note 4, a Samsung Galaxy Note 4 with UAPP, which stands for Universal Audio Player Pro, I think is what that's called. So it works together, it pairs nicely, it comes out the front, it's got the top of the line 8K DAC, and it sounds very, very nice. So I'm tipping the hat to tomorrow's review. But the first listen to these was because I had this out already and was listening because I was trying to get HP Toy. So let me give you guys behind the scenes. I'm trying to get HP Toy to work with UAPP with this, just for the hell of it, and I couldn't get it to work. And then while that's going on, I get a package, and this is one of the things included, and I'm listening to a DSD of Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, and I put these in. Welcome to the Machine. I'm listening to that DAC amp. That DAC is doing the digital analog conversion with this set running off, and just was like, whoa, what are these? Looking for mails I've exchanged, like I missed the name. There is no name. Holy crap. So this is really good. Is it better than the FiO? Yes. Is it better than I think it's probably one of the better DAC amps. 2020 is going to be a banner year, man. The gap is in people's minds because they have a stereotype of stuff from China, I guess, I don't know. Low2 is QDC. These are companies that are coming out of China or nearby, and they're putting out epic stuff, man. You don't need to be paying $2,000-$3,000 for boutique stuff unless you're concerned about the backup, which I could follow that. But that's outstanding. That is really, really, really good. And I couldn't get it to work at first because this is a Note 4, so it's USB micro B, and this has a C to C, a C to Apple, Lightning, but it didn't. So I had to find another cable, and I got it to work. Thank God. It sounds fantastic. HP Toy won't work with it so far, so I might be able to get some comment on that. The Dunu 4001 unbox, when I did this, I thought it sounded great. Again, listening just to it, someone comes in and says, what do you think about it? And I thought, this is going in my list. This is going to be maybe my favorite thing. And I got to eat crow because the next day I do a video comparing the 3 of them and expand the bubble to include 3 really different things. The 2001 is like a pop tune, high quality item. The 3001 is a really an audiophile playback. It's quite balanced. The variation from 30 dB to 8K is there's no more variation than 7 dB anywhere across that band. It's done quite well. And the 4001 sounded quiet or something. I don't know. So this is why I took this set today and compared it with the Anole VX and also the Empire Legend X, because get out of the new toy and like get some perspective here. How good is the bass? Because it's not dynamic driver. It's really, really good. How much detail am I getting in the treble? Is there sparkle? There is sparkle. There is a post 8K drop shelf, and I think the Anole's got the same thing where it doesn't just drop at 8K and off. I'll provide a graph later on. It drops and then it shelves off. So the end of the the hi-hats and the cymbal strikes and the stuff that's up there, it's completed. It's really, really, really nice. So the Dunu DK series video gave me a chance to remind myself of the importance of comparisons with the DK series. Are not necessarily, they're different price ranges, all three of them. So instead of comparing it with like things that I think are proper because of the price, like, okay, I won't get into that, just, you know, the series. And it turned out that the 3001 was the one that I liked the best, so totally blew my mind. Next video, TWS earphone round 1 introduced the wireless that are going to be in the first wave, and then got a lot of suggestions about why don't you try this. Well, I got to do what I got first, and then I'll move on to those things. And then I'm sure this technology over the next 12 months is going to improve dramatically. But so I would expect that this might be a more not as stable of a list as, say, like Wired, because I just think that the increase in quality and performance of the TWSs are maybe going to increase a lot in the next 12 months. And then the last video is the Kinera Nann, which is a tribrid, which was really a boom that was starting around summertime last year, 2019, and a bunch of companies put on the market their versions of a tribrid with a dynamic, like a E-stat, X-stat, there's like different little names for it. I'll just go with the E-stat for now. It's not a true E-stat. Dynamic E-stat balanced armature combos became really popular. This is the Kinera. Some people said, oh, I thought you had problems with Kinera. That's separate from audio, man. That was like communication stuff. I'm not a peaceful communicator. There's a lot of people that can attest to that. And that's not worth going into. This is a piece of audio gear, and if it's really, really good, then I think it's something that's going to go in my top 5. So I don't care who the company is. As long as their quality control isn't an issue, this is for every company. As long as QC is not a problem, everybody is welcome. It doesn't matter if I don't like the people that is the rep. They come and go. If you've been paying attention to this hobby for a few years, the reps for companies have changed several times sometimes, or they switch to different companies. So if I don't like a person, I don't penalize the company for that. The closest that's going on with that right now would be like Hibby, because when I had 6,000 subscribers, I got contacted right away, and when I got 20,000, I don't get contacted at all. That's what happens when you are me. And to forget about the stuff that happened with the mail and the accusations. Long before that, I was not contacted about anything. So the relationships, it goes both ways, and I don't let that bother. If I do, I say it, and I say, like, for example, IMR from Trinity, I'm not going to review his stuff because there's too many people that lost money. I can't separate that, so I'm not going to try to. I know my own limits. But Kinera, it was an email little issue, so no big deal. And that set sounds really, really good. It came in at the same time as this no-named colossus of awesomeness, but it's still going to be in my top 5. It's a really, really good, it might be the best tribrid that I've listened to. On first listening, it might be, but I don't have any more beyond that. For Patreons, if you're interested in being a Patreon, I'm not shilling, or I never even tell you guys to hit subscribe, but I might start doing that, because the way that I'm doing my channel now is going to be not like how you get new subscribers, because some people are going to not watch certain days because they're not interested in a DAC or amp. So I'm telegraphing what I'm going to do. That's not necessarily a good thing, but I think I want my current subscribers to feel like they're being considered. This is easier for me, this is easier for you guys. So what was I going to say? The Patreon, the next is going to be dApps, and that was for the people that paid in December. So if you're paid in, you're good to go. The benefit of being a Patreon is the stuff that I get, it trickles down. I'm not a hoarder and I don't hang stuff and collect it. I got that set of Thea audio. I just love those, man, to death. And so I got it customized and it just looks beautiful. I love it. It matches perfectly, the whole wood theme, and I love the set. But I'm scared because that's a very fragile, because that my symbol is literally just connected on that one point. If I push those too hard when I put them on my head, I'm going to snap my own logo. So it sits there for now. But the stuff that I don't keep or need, I could do the more, make the more money way, which is to go on the secondary market, because nobody cares. The people that send the stuff don't care as long as you give them a fair shake. And part of the money goes to charity for animals. So the people that joined recently, if you haven't been billed, you'll be available for the next month, which will be January, which is this month. But when this month closes at the end, the next, which will be quite nice as well, actually, you'll be good to go for that, and the number you have assigned will be, I'm gonna try to do live streams for Patreons, where I maybe can unlist the video and then share that on some kind of mail list where everybody gets it, and people who are Patreons can watch the live stream and ask me questions. So I'll give my Patreons a little more benefits than just getting really sometimes pricey gear for 20 bucks. That is a great benefit, but in addition to that, you can maybe ask me questions directly on a live stream, but I don't want trolls and people jumping in, so I want it to be invite member only type of thing. I hate to be exclusive, but you guys know how YouTube and Reddit and all those places work. There's people that just have bad days, bad lives, and they like to take it out on the internet. I've been there, done that. I know how it goes. No offense, I'm too happy right now to be dealing with that kind of stuff. So this was a long ramble, but that's what Sunday Rewind is all about. Tupac is framed. Look at that. God, just need an autograph, damn it. That's not going to happen. Though I could probably find one, but the province I wouldn't know. That's too heavy to be. Don't know where I'm going to put that. 64 gigs because I want more RGB. More. And this is what Sunday's going to be. Cash wool. I turned the heater off because the noise is going to be bothering you guys, so I'm literally, it's like 45 degrees right now. It's very, very cold. So I'm about to stop this and then turn the heater back on. So, holy crap. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And top 5 lists will be coming soon. There's going to be a day of the week that just goes for top 5s. Updated, talk about them, deep dive on them so that you guys can get, if I'm claiming something's great, more info, please. Okay, we'll talk about that. Comparisons, please. We'll do that. We'll do that in the video, especially if I do the Patreon stuff. So I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. I anticipate this is going to get not as many views as other videos, but that's cool. It's not really the point of it. So I'm out. You guys have a good Sunday.